This is Snow Patrol's Chasing Cars. This is a really, really nice song. A lot of people think it's quite sad and sombre sounding, which it is, but it actually uses 3 happy chords, and this is actually a really, really fun and powerful song that you can play within a group as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down a few different parts of this song. We're going to have a look at the chords and what chords we're actually using. We're going to have a look at what the strumming and the rhythm of this song is, because it's very, very important in this song in particular. We're going to have a look at some different variations on how to play it, including chord variations and picking variations. And then we're going to have a little look at how to play that as a group as well. This song is in the key of G major. So we play G, we play D, we play C, and then we go back to G again. Each one of those is 2 counts of 4, so 2 bars of music, and the strumming pattern that we use is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. The timing of that is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You can see that here. This allows you to look at musical notes a little bit and make a little bit more sense of them as well. Those little 2 notes joined together, those are 2 quavers that are 1 beat in total, but they're split into 2. So that's where you get your 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and from. So if you're playing this in a group, when you practice playing to a count of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, spending just a little time in that will make you sound a lot clearer, and it will really, really tighten you up as a group. So let's give it a little try. G, then D, then C, and then G. So 1, 2, 3, and G. And then D. And then C. Then back to G. And then it repeats. G. And then to D. Back to C, and then we're ending back on G. So that is the core, that's the foundations that we need for this song. Once you've got that sounding nice and bright, you've spent a little bit of time practicing the chords, the strumming, then we can start getting a little bit more creative with it. So I'm going to show you 2 different variations that will transform how this sounds, because it's going to layer things up. We're going to hear some slightly higher notes, and we're going to hear the melody of the song ringing out a little bit clearer as well. The first thing we're going to have a little look at is the chord shapes. Now we are going to go to our chord shape G, but what we're going to do is we're going to play it farther up the fretboard. So we're going to play it in the C position. So we're going to play the G position, but we're going to play the C chord and the D chord. Now how we do this is we keep our G position here, make sure that thumb's in the back, make sure your fingernails are pointing in this direction, because when we slide to our next chord, this will make it a lot easier to change rather than having to lift off and find a new position again. So we do G. Now what I want us to do is move all the way up to frets 7 and 8 in the same shape, so just lift off, but don't come right off, just lift off slightly, slide all the way up to 7 and 8, and that's us playing the C chord. If we move up 2 frets more to frets 9 and 10, we're playing a D chord. Now if we add this G note in here at the top as well, it actually becomes a D add 11 chord. However, it sounds really beautiful and twinkly, so it's absolutely fine to play this G string as well. Now if we follow the chord progression of the song, first thing is just to practice the movement, because this can be a little bit tricky, especially if you've not moved up and down the fretboard like this before. But we're essentially going to play G, and then we're going to slide up to 9 and 10 for D, and then back to C, that is the twinkly chord version of how to play this song. You can add this in while some people are playing the lower chord, the open chord, you can play the twinkly chords, or some people can do a little bit of both. So the next section of this song is the picking. Now we're going to go back to our open chords down here. We're going to play them almost in the exact same positions. We're going to start with G, and all we're going to need is our thumb and finger, or if you use your pointer finger and middle finger to pick, that also works too. But we're going to be using the C and E strings, and following that same structure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we're going to pick the notes to that timing. So this is just to swap the strumming for the picking. So we keep in the G position here, and we're going to pick the notes C, E, C, E. So that's the strings C and E, but because we're holding down our fingers, we're playing the notes D and G. So the C and E strings, but we're playing the G chord, so it's the notes D and G. And it would be D, G, D, G, D, G, D, G. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we go to the D chord, continuing to pick the exact same thing on this right hand, but we're going to be playing the notes D and F sharp, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now when we go to C, it's slightly different. Normally we play C with our ring finger on the bottom string, on the A string, but I just want you to pop it one string up so that it's on that G note again, so the 3rd fret of the E string. And we're going to play C, G, C, G, C, G, C, G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we go back to G. So if we put that all together, it sounds like this. Then D, C but on the E string, and then back to G. Those are our 3 sections of the song. Now what my advice is to practice each of those individually, and you'll probably find one that you like to play the most. You might like all of them and want to chop and change which ones that you play, but altogether they sound really, really nice no matter which way you play them. And when you play them in a group, it sounds really, really nice when you have some people playing the strumming, and then you've got some people playing the twinkly chords, and then some people doing the picking, and then some people doing. You could go one step further. Something else that you could try is, rather than picking here, you could also pick up at the twinkly. Make sure you find the same notes. It's on the E and A string, and then C and E when you play G. You can check out my buzz lesson where you can hear these all played together and hear what they sound like layered up with all of the different notes. And let me know if you'd like me to post a video of one of my groups performing this one, so you can hear how it sounds in a group setting with the vocals as well. Now, like anything, it takes a little bit of time to get used to these, so practice the left hand, practice the right hand, and practice each one individually. And then when you're comfortable to play it in the group, choose which one you enjoy to do. And if you're leading a group or you want to do it as part of a group in general, start slowly. Practice each one of those things together as a group individually. Really work on that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and timing, because that's what's going to make you sound tight. And the more you can be accurate with the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, the easier it's going to be when you want to start adding in all of the different twinkly bits as well, and it will sound really, really nice. Another thing that you can do is, once you've got all those parts, people have decided which part they want to do, think about the arrangement of it. How would you like to arrange this? Would you like to start with everyone picking? Would you like to start with everybody strumming? And how would you like that to progress throughout the song? What that can really do is change the energy of it, and rather than it sounding quite monotonous the full way through, because if you just pick one of those and play it the same way the full way through, then it probably will start to sound a bit like a drone and a bit tedious and monotonous. However, if you're smart, trial and error, and maybe start with one of them and then gradually bring in the different parts and let it build up. You could change the dynamics. You could start strumming really, really, really loud and then at some points go quiet. And then maybe towards the end of the song, ease back out again. Then it will be amazing how much that'll have an impact on the song. And it will be really, really powerful when you play it. I can't tell you the exact arrangement of what to do because I think there's a lot of flexibility and creativity here where you can experiment, try different things, see what works, and change it where necessary. Yeah, you kind of get the chills when you play this song when you do add in all of these little parts as well. So yeah, this is a really fun song once you get into the swing of things. I hope you've enjoyed this little lesson. It's been a nice quick one today because there's not too much involved. Just 3 little things where you can learn a lot from each one. And if you do really like the video, want to learn a little bit more, you can get access to the song sheets on my Buy Me a Coffee page, in which it's £3 a month to become a member of the Tab Shack, where you'll get access to all of my sheets. And you can also check out my social media where you can keep up to date with my life as a ukulele teacher and hear all of the shenanigans that go on up here in Glasgow as well. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed. I'd love to see your renditions of the song too, so please tag me in your videos and I will see you for the next one.